What if I told you that your brain is actively avoiding success? That every time you try to level up, it's sabotaging you with hidden psychological tricks. It is not laziness, it's your brain's own survival mechanism, keeping you stuck. But what if I told you there is a way to hack that system? To rewire your brain so that you crave the hardest challenges instead of running away from them. Stick around, because today we are unlocking the secret to making your brain addicted to doing hard things. Here's the thing, life is hard, and deep down, we all know it. But what's even harder is the constant internal battle that plays out in our minds every time we try to push ourselves to do something difficult. Whether it's going to the gym, starting that business, or just sticking with a tough goal. Your brain is wired to avoid pain, discomfort, and effort. It's part of an ancient survival mechanism. Your brain wants to conserve energy and avoid the unknown. The moment you try to step outside your comfort zone, your brain sees it as a threat. They needed to avoid risks, conserve resources, and stay safe. But in today's world, this instinct is often working against us. Now, instead of protecting us from physical dangers, it's stopping us from achieving our dreams. It's why you get that sudden wave of resistance whenever you face something hard. It's why we procrastinate, why we talk ourselves out of growth. But there's hope. Because hidden deep in the workings of your brain is a secret tool that, if harnessed correctly, can make hard things feel like an exciting challenge instead of a dreaded chore. And that's exactly what we're about to dive into. So, how do we trick our brains into wanting to do the hard things? Let's start with something you've probably experienced before: instant gratification. It's that voice that says, just check your phone for a quick scroll, or it's okay. You can skip today's workout. Start tomorrow. It's the brain's desire for dopamine, the feel-good neurotransmitter, that gives you a rush when you eat sugar, check social media, or watch TV. But here's the secret: dopamine isn't just a pleasure chemical. It's also deeply involved in motivation. The issue is, it's easily hijacked by quick rewards that feel good in the moment, but leave you empty afterward. This creates a vicious cycle. The more you feed into instant gratification, the harder it becomes to do anything that requires delayed satisfaction, like doing hard work. But what if we could rewire that? What if we could trick your brain into associating tough tasks with the same rush of dopamine? Let's break it down. There's a concept called the peak end rule. Psychologists have discovered that people remember experiences based on two factors: the most intense part of the experience, the peak, and the final moment, the end. Think about a workout. When you finish, your body releases dopamine and endorphins. You feel accomplished, proud. Now, imagine you could trigger that same rush even before finishing. What if the anticipation of the peak was enough to start craving the hard work rather than dreading it? The trick is in framing your challenges in a way that taps into your brain's need for dopamine, but in a healthy, long-term way. Here's how. 1. Reframe hard work as a game. Start seeing difficult tasks as challenges to level up your life, rather than as something you have to do. When you turn something tough into a game or competition, your brain gets hooked on the challenge itself, craving the win at the end. 2. Break it into micro rewards. Instead of waiting for the grand finale, break your tasks into micro goals. Each time you hit a small milestone, trigger a mini reward, a dopamine boost. You could mark each small victory with a quick celebration or even a treat. Your brain starts associating progress with pleasure, not pain. 3. Visualize the peak. Use the peak end rule in reverse. Imagine the intense feeling of satisfaction and pride you'll have once you've completed your goal. Visualizing the payoff makes the process itself more exciting. Your brain starts to crave that future reward, and the hard work seems worth it. By changing how you perceive the effort, your brain stops associating hard tasks with resistance. Instead, it becomes a magnet for action. But there's a darker side to this, which most people overlook. What if I told you that the real reason we avoid hard things is because of something much deeper, something primal? It's not just about instant gratification, it's about fear of failure. At a subconscious level, your brain associates hard work with risk. And that risk isn't just about physical harm, it's emotional. Failing means you are exposing yourself to shame, judgment, or self. These emotions trigger your fight or flight response. And guess what happens? Your brain does everything it can to avoid those feelings. This is the reason why, even when you know you need to do something hard, you feel paralyzed. Here's the mind-blowing twist. The more you avoid these tough challenges, the more power you give to your brain's fear circuitry. The only way to truly break free from this cycle is not just to reframe your tasks, but to embrace failure as part of the process. And here's where the real power lies. When you shift your mindset from "I am afraid to fail" to "I am excited to learn," your brain starts seeing failure not as a threat, but as a part of the adventure. In other words, the fear of failure is what's keeping you stuck. Once you make peace with failure and reframe it as a stepping stone, your brain will begin to crave the journey, not just the destination. Your brain will see tough things as growth, not risk. So, how do we take this knowledge and use it to make our brains crave hard work? Start small. Reframe a task you've been avoiding and break it into micro goals. Attach a reward to each step and visualize the peak experience. Tell yourself, failure is part of the process, not the end of the road. And remember, the longer you avoid hard things, the stronger your brain's resistance becomes. But every time you push through and confront that resistance, you weaken it. Over time, your brain begins to crave the challenge because it knows that growth and success are waiting on the other side. The question is, are you ready to rewire your brain? Are you willing to make hard things feel like the ultimate reward? Because if you can do that, then you can achieve anything. So, next time you face something tough, remember this: your brain isn't working against you, it's working for you. You just have to show it how. If you're ready to stop letting fear and procrastination control your life, start rewiring your brain today. Drop a comment below and share one hard thing you're going to tackle this week. Let's face those challenges together. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and share it with someone who needs this push. Are you ready to embrace the challenge, or will you keep letting fear dictate your path? The choice is yours.